Hi, everybody. You know, Mercury is just lifting his head a little bit because he's starting to slow down. He's about to station direct on August 11th, but enough of that. And so, of course, everything that's going to go wrong has to go wrong on the very last day, right? Which is so hard to believe. It is already day 9 of these candles. And everybody knows Valerie, but first time ever, I'm hosting her on my channel.
Yay!
Woo, woo.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to be here. 9
Well,
candles. Mm,
I'm glad. How are you?
I'm good. We just had tech issues in the back, so I'm
Oh my
just
God,
whew.
several of them. It couldn't be. Couldn't, if you got an extra hour, we could go into it, but never mind.
Yeah, you know. Oh, let me put this.
For
I
sure.
want to put us up on here. I'm sorry, I forgot to put
That's
you on.
all right. Hi,
Put us-
Sally. How are you? Tamitha the Mystic. Sal Rods. Mary Thornberry. Hi, how are you? Maureen D'Amico. Hi, hi, hi. I'm so glad to see everybody here. It's hard to believe that this is day 9. I have loved doing this. It's been so inwardly rewarding for me.
Mm, it is.
So everybody knows Valerie, but before we get into everything, how about tell us what's going on with you? What's new on your channel? What's coming up?
Mm. Okay, well, let's see. I'm going to start doing like 10 or 15-minute, like short recorded videos. Because I usually go live with you on the moons, and I've been going live with Kaylee, who speaks to the Holy Spirit on Fridays for Fearless Friday. And I'll be a guest on Jean's show or Allie's show, but that's kind of where all of this, you know, how we went through the we were in the mud since January, and we're just starting to come out and starting to figure out what it is we want to do and how we want to do it. So that's what I'm thinking about doing,
There
and
you go.
staying on track with spiritual, how to be helpful spiritually from my point of view, if that makes sense.
Right. Well, that's great. That's wonderful. Hello, Linda De Gonzalez. Who else do I not see? Leah is here. Rossi is here. Diane G
Hmm.
is here. Wow, Amanda Carroll is here. Barbara is here. Illumination Portal has arrived.
Hi,
Annie Bear is here,
how are you?
right?
Hi,
Oh,
Annie.
thank you, Annie. So, okay. Um,
Diana's rocking it out. I gotta say that. I mean, I loved every show. Everybody was it was just really cool. Nice.
engaged. Were people engaged? Because,
Yeah.
I'm still a greenhorn. Once we start talking, I don't think I'll be able to make my eyes back to the chat. So please forgive me, everybody, but the day will come, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out and see what's going on. I'm not very good at it either, but I am going to try my best. I'm gonna stay in your chat.
Okay, great. All right, everybody. So it's let's start out a little differently today. We've said hello and what's upcoming for Valerie. I'm not going to recap this time because if you've been here, you already know, and I think everybody has been here before, so we don't have to worry about that.
Mhm.
So ready to light candles, but first, let's get grounded and start with 3 deep breaths. Oh, wait. See? Blame it on Mercury. First, let's light the
Oh
candle.
my God, we have so much
Count,
energy going on. We have eight
right?
eight. We got the
Welcome,
full
welcome to the comedy show.
moon.
Welcome to Leo.
Leo. Oh, I'm going to light a candle. Light my candle.
I'm so glad that the roses lasted as long as they did.
They're beautiful.
Still back there.
Beautiful.
All right. Okay, let's start with 3 deep breaths and then I'll read the incantation. We are the light. The light is within us. The light surrounds us. The light protects us. We are the light. Where there is fear, let us place light. Where there is loneliness, let us place light. Where there is hunger, let us place light. Where there is emptiness, let us place light. Where there is darkness, let us place light. Where a child has been lost, let us place light. We are the divine. We are the divine light of both the masculine and feminine. The light is within us. The light surrounds us. The light protects us. We are the light. So mo it be.
That was beautiful. I love that incantation.
Right?
Very nice.
So, since this is the last night, let's start with drawing 4 cards. Okay? I like to take 3 from the top and 1 from the bottom.
Okay.
You do you, baby.
You do you. Where we at? We got manifesting. Today's a really good day to manifest. That's for sure.
And just because this is the official final day of the candles and it is the 8/8 day, doesn't mean that the energy is going to shift very much. All of us here are connected. We are empaths. We are stewards of the land, stewards of our brothers and sisters. And so we are extended time. We feel these energies longer and deeper. And so if you find yourself still in it on the 15th, 16th, 17th, maybe even the 18th, part of it is that kite that's in the sky is still going to be in play.
It's going to be there a while. I mean, even to the end of the month on some cases. But I saw so many different dates about the closing 8/8 date.
This, I got to say that, but this is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. 1, 2, 3, the bottom of the deck. Oh, it is.
I love when it shows up like that.
There we go. In case I need a light. Shall I go or are you all ready?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is every day, almost every day. But yesterday and the day I was on with Nancy Jean and I don't know, almost every day. This has been the first card out of the deck. With the draft, today is the day. Today is the day that we are going to feel a shift. It is time to begin a new journey. For these days we have been together. And now I have a 22 portal number. Let it come forth. Give yourself permission to feel it. And that comes with all that silence that we have given ourselves, even if all you've got to devote is the time that you're here. And now there's a number 2 card. Accept what is. The act of acceptance will bring peace.
That's a big, big one. Acceptance is huge.
right? And it's the number 2.
Mm-hmm.
From the bottom of the deck, the rising energy is 20. 22202, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got 22 two times. Number 20 is it's time to celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Cultivate an air of celebration today. And certainly we're here for that, right?
Yeah.
Those
That
are those are decent cards for sure.
absolutely. That you did 3 in the bottom because I got 3 in the bottom one. Is that
Yep,
what
that's
you
how I
did?
did it. Yeah.
All right. So my first one is number 14. It says it's craftsmanship. Empower yourself with the knowledge that each challenge brings you closer to mastery.
Oh,
This is the deck Diana got me.
that's awesome. I haven't.
Oh
Mine's
my
in
God,
there.
you're not going to believe this.
Uh-oh.
Number 20, flower bouquet. Savor presence with life and notice the magic living in the small moments.
Oh, fabulous.
So cool. And then
Perfect.
I got number 9, cone flower. Draw strength from within and protect yourself fiercely. It is time to reclaim your power. Wow, that's a Leo. That's a Leo.
Wow. It sure is.
I mean, and now you're not even gonna believe this. Number 22, fruit trees. Don't miss what is right in front of you. Everything is as it should be. And then,
Right?
and
Bearing
all,
fruit in
uh,
August, the first harvest. How perfect is this?
uh,
And it just so happened my brother was here again on this day, harvesting,
harvesting. That's,
pulling out things that don't need to be growing in my flower beds.
you can't make it up. I mean, the messages were so similar too.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
cannot make it up.
Mm-mm.
Well, that's awesome. I hope everybody can relate to that message in some shape or form.
Beautiful.
So let's let's just talk about the Lionsgate for a while. I mean, some people may not know how long its history is.
Mm.
And it goes way back
Yeah.
to Egypt, to the flooding of the Nile
Mm-hmm.
that would occur when the sun is conjunct Sirius, the dog star. And isn't it funny that we really call parts of August the dog days of summer,
Okay.
right?
That is so cool.
Right. And
Mm-hmm.
so when that would happen, it was also signaled that it was the beginning of a new year. And it was about the goddess who was the harvest. Her name is, they venerated Sirius, and the agricultural goddess is Sopdel.
So,
And that's why forgot to bring my Egyptian deck because
mm-hmm.
there's more information about her on there. But she's a harvest goddess. So that's pretty much, we can understand that. So the power of this gate comes from the cosmic connections made by what we call metaphysics. Now, I looked up meta, and the meaning for meta is after or beyond, more comprehensive or transcending, and it's its own type. Nothing is like it. And then I looked up physical. It is relating to the body rather than the mind. So then I looked up physics, a branch of science concerned with nature and properties of matter and energy. Well, now we're transcending, right? What is above, so is below.
Mm-hmm.
So when we put metaphysics together, it becomes, let me go back to physics for a minute. Branch of science concerned with nature and properties of matter and energy relating to perceived. So now we're using that mind, right? The meta, what is above us, we're perceiving and taking in with our gut. We're feeling it. So when we link those two together, the branch of philosophy that I can't read my own writing. The branch of philosophy that deals first with principles of things, the abstract concepts such as being, knowing, substance, cause, identity, time, and space. So in metaphysics, we're thinking outside of the box with that meta, what is above, what do we have to do to transcend, and bringing this information down to us in the physical world so we can connect the two. We have to do that in order to have an understanding of both of these things.
So true.
So the gate's power comes from the synergy of the stars and the signs and numbers, which is why another reason why I've been trying to stick with saying the numbers of the cards, because when we reduce them, we find ourselves like 2-2 and 2-2 just now, right? And so every month we have a portal, right? But the power of this month is the Leo courage. The stars in the heaven rising with the annual flooding of the Nile and their new year beginning. So Leo is courageous, capable, deserves every richness life has to offer. But Leo gets a bad rep. He's talked about like, he gets thought to be selfish and me first, I want the red swing kid on the playground and all of that sort of business. But what strikes us about that the most is that we see in his behavior the things we do not like about ourselves, the things we want to reject. So it's like when we do that same thing, that becomes a reflection. So that's a point where we need to stop and take a breath. And then remember, we are divine. We are all divine. We are the divine masculine and the divine feminine. It is within us. And so be it without us, because it is there. So Leo doesn't like leftovers. That's what we need to think of. Leo is powerful. Leo wants what he wants. There's nothing wrong with that. We all want and deserve what we want. We don't have to have leftovers unless it was so good you need making another meal out of it the next day, or just a snack when you get home, right? Or if you like antiques and business like that, then you go buy, or you hang on to things that you really loved and then you repurpose when it has worn out, but you have another use for it. So, that just brings us to life in general, right? So what do you think about all this Leo gate, and what does it mean for you?
Oh, it is to me. I mean, I know Sirius is at the dog stars right there. What's interesting this year is that Jupiter and Venus are right at that degree, and that degree where Sirius is the sun degree for America's birth chart. So that's 13 degrees. So in 2 days, Venus will catch up and they'll all three be there. So this is a build-up period to that. Very beautiful energy. I mean, this is where you call in. It's already a time to do ceremony and manifest and call your intentions in. But with that there, and day before that, Mercury's going to station retrograde. He doesn't mean he's out of the clear, but it's, I don't think retrogrades are bad. They're just for reviewing anyway. It's trying to see what you missed, maybe.
Right. How many of us have been born with a whole fistful or two in our chart to begin with? So we panic less because we've been living with it all along.
Yeah.
And as a Gemini, believe me, there's a lot of times I have to go back and do it a second time.
Yeah. Me too.
I always, well, not so much now, but when I was still working, I always had to leave the house twice.
I love it. I love it. I think it, but see, this is the little quirkiness in each of our charts, right? That makes it just, I mean, it's just part of who we are. We fill in the details. Diane always says we fill in the details with the asteroids, which there are plenty of them playing in this chart today. Tomorrow's the full moon, or this in the morning. It's like 3:55 East Coast. So that's going to be, we're building up to that. We're in that 8-8 portal, building up to that full moon, which is another thing that's bringing in a lot of discernment, because you got the Aquarius looking, okay, he can stand back, he can kind of,
Detach.
he detaches. He's not so much in his heart like Leo is. Leo's very, uh, this is what I'm passionate about. Is known for passion and creativity, but they're across from each other. But if they're coming across and working with each other, I mean, this is brilliant. We all have all of these signs in our charts. We're all signs. So that to me is, yeah, our Leo. I mean, this whole Leo season has been about claim who you are, command your words, speak into existence what it is or who it is that you are prefer to be now, because we have all been in this reinventing stage. We just kind of got out of we've been stuck in the mud for 6 months or so, so we're just getting out. So now we know all the bigger planets have um, station direct, but they're all moving. I mean, they're retrograde. Sorry, but they're all in their new signs.
And
So this is sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
no, I'm just, you're exactly right. I'm just affirming that. What I'd like to say about the Aquarius moon is, I just reminded everybody that Leo doesn't want leftovers. Leo wants what Leo wants, just
Exactly.
like us. We want
Mhm.
that's what we want.
Mhm.
So that sense of I deserve it is tempered with the objectivity
Yeah.
of Aquarius, because Aquarius is able to detach.
Yeah. Good point.
And because it's the moon, it can do it without heavy emotions.
Yeah.
It knows I don't have to stomp and fight to get this. I am your alter ego. You know this is the truth.
Right.
So in these kinds of battles,
Mm.
always refer to your own north node and south node for
Mm.
that same axis. It's identical. The degrees are identical. The minutes of arc are identical, but they're the opposite signs. So the only person you're going to be fighting is yourself.
Mm.
So you have to be honest with yourself.
Yeah. It's all about, and I mean, it is. It's about being honest, being in integrity, accepting yourself. Okay, this is a big thing with Leo. No matter what happened 22 years ago or 2 years ago or 20 minutes ago, we have to be able to use the Aquarius and detach and say, I love that Valerie from each of those eras, right?
Yes.
So, and it's about accepting it. Do I wish I could have done a lot of things differently? Yeah, but I didn't. I learned, though, everything is an experience. We experience experiences, and they're just not all in the highest, we don't make the best choices, I should say. But
Right.
that's a big thing with Leo. It doesn't matter, and with Aquarius too. I accept myself, and acceptance is really not easy. It's about loving ourselves. That's what Leo is. Leo season. Every Leo season, we go through to remember to love ourselves, to bring our heart into our decisions, and be able to move forward, knowing that we're all doing the best we can. And my goodness, we're in a quite, we're in ascension. The planet is raising in frequency. Well, guess who rules frequency? Aquarius. And Aquarius it's so quick. It's like Leo will take the time to feel and understand, but Aquarius gets that information lightning fast, literally,
Yes.
and does the same thing and can just keep moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. Knowing that that's my goal over there. So I'm going towards my goal with
Yeah.
my heart.
I'm listening, honey. I'm just looking
It's
for
okay.
the strength card, because the strength
Ah,
card,
that's a good point. Good idea.
is the lion
Yeah.
with a very strong, brave woman,
I want you to see the
the
dragons.
divine feminine that is in all of us, whether we're male
Hmm.
or female.
Hmm.
So, and I really wanted to bring the original the Rider Waite Coleman deck, because when Pamela Coleman joined forces with Rider Waite, the number 8 card was changed and became a strength card. The strength card at one time was the number 11 card.
Hmm.
So it's spent quite a couple
And
hundred years, couple hundred years. Here it is.
you just said it's number 8, the
Yeah,
strength part. Oh wow, on an 8-8.
right,
Check that out.
right. So here is the strength card,
Oh, I like that.
right?
Beautiful.
I love the traditional Rider Waite picture though. It's. So I'm sorry I didn't remember to bring that. It was upstairs with the Egypt deck.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's a lot to talk about, and the cards, yeah, the cards do bring it into more focus. But
Yeah.
my goodness, we have. I mean, this moon itself. Okay, the thing about this moon, it's got a lot of really good aspects, but it's got one very intense square with Black Moon Lilith.
Yeah.
And I forgot to tell you, Donna, earlier. Nessus is at 20 degrees, 1 degree away from the North
Oh,
Node.
yeah.
Oh, geez, what happened?
I was just going to say, you're a little fuzzy.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Let's see. Okay, so that Nessus is going to just knock things out that are not serving you or us or the collective. You got to remember, Aquarius is also the collective. They want everybody to do well and just keep going. And so does Leo. But Leo is first and foremost the sun. It loves itself. And until we learn to love ourselves, I mean, it took me a long time. I'm not sitting here saying this is easy. But
Well, in the Rider Waite deck, the infinity is a number 8 on its side. And in the Rider Waite deck, she has the infinity sign above her head as her crown, right? Showing that same strength as the lion that's with her.
mm-hmm.
It's that 8 also signifies abundance and achievement and karmic debts.
Yeah.
And this is important because this is a year where everybody is given one more chance to clear away their karmic debts. In 2032, there's a big shift again. And that big shift is, if you haven't cleared them out by now, you're coming back to Earth again.
Yeah, by 2032. Here's the Dragon deck strength card.
There you go. That's a beautiful deck too.
So you go up and you befriend your dragon, you befriend your tiger, you befriend your lion. That's Leo and Aquarius in one card. It's right there. And once you do that, oh my gosh, the brilliance, the innovation that'll come in from both, because Leo is all about creativity. Aquarius is innovative, things outside the box. There's got to be a better way. There is a better way. That's how they think. And they are always looking for it.
Well, and then we have the 8th house in astrology, and that
Mm-hmm.
is about the material and the spiritual connectedness back to the metaphysics, right?
Mm-hmm.
And make what you want, go get it. You want it, go get it. Find a way to manifest it. It's all up to you anyway. And being the 8th house, it's about, well, it's sexual.
Yeah, sex,
But
death.
what does that lead to besides enjoyment and pleasure? It also leads to regeneration, death, regeneration, death, regeneration, death. So in that repeating itself, again, we have infinity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's rebirth. I mean, it's eighth house is ruled by Scorpio. So that Scorpio coming through though is coming through with the Black Moon Lilith at 15 degrees,
Uh,
and she's
Another
sitting with
fix.
another fix. Yeah, and she's sitting with who do we say, Juno? Yeah,
Yeah.
and Juno wants higher consciousness relationships.
Hmm.
And with Black Moon Lilith there, you're not going to accept anything less. And I mean relationships across the board, like family, friends, everything, everyone you deal with. But we are going to see, we're going to hear, especially when Mercury goes direct. It could be any moment. We are hearing so much off the wall stuff, and you can't even keep up.
You can't. So, so another fact is that Sirius disappears for 70 days, which is, you can kind of liken that to how Venus disappears for not,
Hmm.
right? A gestation
Hmm.
period. But 70 days is just about the time it takes to mummify.
Mm, that's
So,
good.
those Egyptians from those old days, they are our,
Sorry.
I I don't know where to put the very beginning of it, but they are the portal keepers. They are the star seeds. They are that continual passage back and forth. They've been the keeper of that since the first time they landed here. So,
Mhm. All right, I'm going to answer Red Dragon.
sure,
It's at 15 degrees, Black Moon Lilith. Yes, it'll affect your Scorpio sun, but that's okay. As long Black Moon Lilith just shows us where the fear is. If it's something that you can't even like breathe or you can't even talk about or it without it disrupting you, you need to look at it and work with it. And that's what she does. She wants you to look at it. And once you decide to, she's right there with you. She's a warrior goddess.
well,
So it's a good point.
right. And 13 reduces to the digit 4, and 4 is half of 8.
Mm-hmm. Now see, and then Madame Maru's House of Cards says the Ankh symbol of eternal life is the combined symbols of male and female. Yeah, it's the key, right? The Ankh symbol is the key, and that's another thing I wanted to say, Diana. The divine masculine and the divine feminine being balanced. Okay, Leo is a fire sign. It's masculine, right? Um, and in this case, because they're across from each other, Aquarius is the receiver, the one who is the divine feminine. But
And the air sign.
yeah, and this is how it's so important to balance those planets across from each other. Because once you do that, that shows that you're balanced on the inside. Your divine feminine, divine masculine is able to work together, is able to be honest and truthful and in integrity and um, truth. It's important. All this is based on truth.
She is the water bearer. She isn't a water
Right.
sign. She takes from the heavens
It brings,
and
yeah,
pours down to the earth
yeah,
what the earth needs
yeah.
to survive.
Magic. It's all magic because
It's
she
all magic.
frequency, and that Aquarius is. This is what we're doing. This is what ascension is. It is raising the frequency. As
Right.
we all individually raise our frequencies, and the collective starts to raise their frequencies, and Mother Earth is raising her frequencies, and before you know it, we're in a higher frequency and not in the these lower dimensions. But at the same time I say that, we all chose to come here to be the light, the lighthouses we are, and stand in our power, knowing that it was going to be falling apart around us. That's what makes you a strong light worker, love worker, energy worker. It's
Right.
important to
And
remember that.
society has raised us to feel small and scared and undeserving, and that we don't fulfillment is not anything we can get unless we buy the shiny thing,
Yeah. Be
right?
productive. Be productive. We don't care if you drop dead. Just make
Right.
us some money, and
Right.
that we know is going to change. We know that's not the way. That's not where a harmonious
That's,
society would live, and that's what Aquarius is saying.
and
And
that's
Leo
not
is
about
saying
self-love either. That does not reflect self-love.
not at
That
all.
does not reflect the reuniting. It does not reflect the it doesn't even reflect what rich people feel, because they're just empty too.
And that's just it, right? Without the self love, without the Leo, without the Sun, everything else is it's not in alignment. It just isn't. There's no way it can be without that self love. And that's on purpose. They don't want us connecting with ourselves and balancing our inner masculine, divine feminine. They don't want that, because that makes you educated. That makes you look at things going, wait a minute. I know when I first woke up and saw it, boy, I was just, it's frustrating. But at the same time, know that yes, that might be frustrating out there, but you came here as a light bearer, as a flame, and you, with your voice, can command your reality by being in the higher vibrations of unconditional love and truth.
Right. So we need to use this amplified energy to set our goals and visualize what we want and get the desired outcomes. And one of the ways to do that is, unless you're absolutely certain, don't be rushing off to judgment, of others, but don't, like, this is the only path I can take to get there. Because as we found out on day one, ley lines go in many different directions. They intersect with each other. They all end up in a sacred place, whether it's Holy Hill in Wisconsin or Stonehenge or down in Machu Picchu, or, they connect. And even in DC, the LaFont, when he laid out the map, those guys were all Masons. And in that, they were all about the metaphysics, and they understood ley lines. They'd already been bred with that from the beginning of time with the Masons, which goes back to stonemasonry. Right?
And I'm just checking the chat. Yeah, I mean, they knew how to, everything is energy. So we'll call it magic, right? But Ben Franklin knew everything is energy. And energy creates magic. You cannot destroy it. You can only create another. You can
Another
either,
self-identity.
yeah, lower or higher, and it's your choice,
right? What did I say it was? It was different, one of a kind, and nothing else was like it. It was unto itself. That's energy, right?
That's energy. And at any moment, energy can be transformed and transmuted, but it cannot be destroyed. So that is important to know, because no matter I'm just going to use myself, because I, of course, wouldn't want to use someone else. At my lowest, I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think there was anything worthy of anything here. And once you realize that you are, just by changing your perception, you can change your entire life into something worthy of a light worker like y'all are. You know, we all have that. And we're all being asked right now to align with our heart and with our frequency. We still have the rest of the year to go. It's going to start changing. Things are going to start moving and clicking into place around January, February, March. But
And
we have a lot of tweaking to do.
well,
Huh?
when Mercury goes stations to go direct,
Mhm.
this stuff from all of us is going to change.
Hopefully.
And those who are standing in the light are going to be in for a surprise. That will be a shift in the in the energy that we
Mhm.
have been hoping and for. Now you have to stay wide open for it. You have to stay in tune with your own heart. We're in Leo. Stay in tune with your heart and mind connection. We know that rule. You know, they can't live without each other.
Mhm.
So you keep that in mind and you follow a path that's going to take it slow and easy, because when he does this shift himself, he's not going to move for a couple of days. It's going to be a while before he goes boom and
Yeah.
back to behaving like Mercury.
Yeah, it's going to be about 5 days, but he is speaking. He's, you know, when especially Mercury and Leo, he's going back looking at what isn't in, what hasn't been spoken or communicated from the heart. And
Right.
he's going to expose it with everybody that's sitting there, because we have a beautiful grand air trine. This is just, and that's going to be kind of sitting there in the background, giving that energy to what we hear, all communications.
Well, and
So,
that kite, it involves, the top of the kite is Saturn and Neptune, right? And then we've
mhm,
got Uranus on one end and we've got Pluto on the other, who
package.
are what? Opposite each other, right? Or at the same degree of each other, I mean. At that 1 degree to 2 degree era, they're going, Uranus is not retrograde yet, but she's going to go soon, right? He is going to go soon. And
Yeah.
then opposite that Saturn and Neptune, we have Mars. In that, the Saturn and Neptune is the release point, but with Mars at the other end, it is in Libra, it is Mars having an opportunity in taking action on being balanced
And just.
by with, especially since we have this Mercury going forward with clarity
Hmm.
and the shift of a more collective focus on improvement and speaking truth without being cruel, and that it just stays in play for so long,
Hmm.
like till the 18th.
Yeah.
And even then, you know, it's definitely a time to go within and to meditate and to journal and to pay attention to omens and messages and all of those
Mm.
things that touch you and say, yeah, this is okay, this is the chance I should take,
Hmm.
rather than jumping at a chance and having it go bad.
And
And
that's the direction. That's exactly it.
yeah, and you know, and think about all the times that a horrible event has blessed you with a positive out,
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
you know,
Hmm.
I mean, many times it doesn't, but if you look at your life and think back to how many times it came close to being the end, but didn't, and it shifted your path and your direction as to what it is you really want, because you don't deserve leftovers. You deserve the whole pie.
And we weren't taught that. Our generation, especially, we were not taught that. It was like, what can you do? Go clean. You're productive, right? Your productivity was all that mattered. But that when you were talking about where you the Grand Air Trine waiting until the 18th,
Yeah.
that thing with that 2 degrees Libra, okay, Libra balance and justice is the super galactic center, and everybody's just going to be sitting with that for the next I mean 6 8 months, because it's not moving fast. The outer planets are so slow out
Well,
there, so we're just going to be.
yeah.
But this is the message for us too, though. That message is: are you going to honor yourself? Are you finally going to honor yourself and the take the next actions that Mars wants us to take actions, wants us to be kind and loving and balanced with ourselves. It's in Libra, and we're just going to see everything that is not in alignment, that is not balanced, that is not just, that's going to be a big, huge topic, especially out in the, the circus out there. But that shows up in our lives too. Right?
And we also, that's going to be in play for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
also have a hammer of Thor and another hammer of Thor that create an hourglass figure, right? So the short
Right.
top is Saturn and Jupiter over
Mm-hmm.
Uranus. And Uranus is in Gemini. And so when the moon gets over to Gemini, it's going to create part of the hammer of Thor also, because it's going to be there. And then on the other way, the short end, we've got the sun in that sextile, not sextile, sorry, frequency across from um, Mars. Okay. Two planets that want to take action. And where's Mars?
Mm-hmm.
He's in Libra, right?
Mm-hmm.
The problem comes between the sun and the moon when the sun is opposite the moon, which is right now. And then when Saturn and Neptune are opposite Mars, which is right now. So that second one will come into play. I think it comes into play on the 10th or the 11th when Mercury goes retrograde on the 11th. I
It
mean, stations direct on the 11th.
it is just such, there's scaffolding. We're building. We're
Yeah,
building from literally zero and ones and twos right now with the outer planets. And
right.
that is based on our choices, right? Our choices are individually. We can sit here and say, oh, no, they're doing it wrong, the government or whoever. You got to choose for yourself. And the more we choose for ourselves authentically, the more all that will change too.
Well, and you know how I like to show the middle. Okay, so this is today. We've got mystic rectangles all in the sky. We've got these two um, grand trines right here. And we
Hmm.
also have the beginning of the Merkaba. You see this in the background here?
Yeah, I have a
Well,
Merkaba.
as beautiful as this is, when we look at tomorrow, now it's all crazier because there seems to be even more going on, which it
Hmm.
is because
Hmm.
some things move quickly,
Hmm.
and that just creates some of the asteroids begin to fall into position where there's going to be a challenge. There's going to be a challenge. There was a big challenge today. So I don't know if you caught the news, and I don't want to get into it here, but there was a very interesting challenge today. And I don't have the whole story. So that's the other reason why I don't want to talk too much about it. Just go listen to the news for a little bit.
I think we had another X class flare too,
Yes. Yes, we did.
and people. Okay, with these grand air trines, this is like fast moving and fire. It's a lot of air and fire. Slow down. Take your time. Don't go out there and just not be grounded. It's very important. Breathe and ground. Breathe and ground, especially out throughout the rest of this year. This is a this is the year where everything changes, or we put it into motion,
Right.
where everything changes.
Right. So what else do we have going on here? The hammers of Thor's, and the
I,
move at 3:55 in the morning. It'll be exact. And talk about Mercury retrograde. All my apps are screwed up. For all, not all of them. All one that I use, Astro Gold. It's giving me crazy stuff. You know what was going on before we couldn't get in? It wouldn't let me in.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Right? It wouldn't let me into my StreamYard. I was like being accepted or sending the link to accept the invitation to be a co-host on Valerie's channel. But it wouldn't let me go back to mine. And when I finally figured out how to get that done, then I got Terry Renner as I'm supposed to be on her show. No, I'm not. And it kept telling me, you don't have any scheduled shows. I know that's not true. I remember sending out emails.
And another thing with this full moon, it is about radical change, but we have to step up and do it. Like we were in the back, she was having problems, I had problems trying to get streaming, and it was just like, now in those moments you can, because you're feeling the pressure of time, you know. Right. And neither one of us, Diana and I, are not really time oriented people, so we're like, what do you mean? So we know that, you know, you just kind of take it one step at a time, breathe through it, you know, take your time.
We had operator error too, because every time I backed out of it, I thought I was logging out. Well, no. So I finally logged out, hit that button, and logged back in. And there I was with a scheduled show. Yay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just going to get crazier out there too. I was looking for real quick to see what the solar flare was, because the Schumann's just going crazy. And the Schumann wasn't even being triggered by the sun for the last week and a half. So what is causing that? Then we have the earthquakes, and we have all this activity. Yeah. This is everything breaking up that dense energy that is holding us back from evolving, from elevating. Right. And this is something we got to remember. We are the ones in charge. Leo wants to say this. Not only do you not eat leftovers or settle for the second hand, you are the one who you make the path to your, I prefer this, I prefer that. I never say want or need. So and say the word prefer or desire or wish, and write yourself a little list tonight. Release the things that are holding you back. I do it every new moon and full moon, but that's what the full moon is for, release. But as soon as you do that, you burn that carefully, and then you write a list, and I keep that running of my intentions on what I prefer to experience. And I do, you know, I've been burning a candle for us. Diana's burning a candle. You can do a little cinnamon ceremony. I saw this thing today where you get bay leaves and you put the infinity symbol on them and burn them. I mean, there's just a million things you could do. Whatever resonates with you. There's
make
so
it up
many.
Yourself.
Yeah.
Write your own sigil.
Yes.
You know, create your own sigil. It doesn't have to be something that someone else created 1,000 years ago.
That's right.
You can make your own sigil.
That's right.
And I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It was kind of it went along with something you said, but
it'll come back. That's what I always say. It'll come back.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm fading away. I don't know. I have another camera. Maybe I need a new camera up here. I don't know. Let's see. Oh boy, you can't make it up. And it's what, the last 2 or 3 days of Mercury retrograde?
Yeah. On 11th, 3 days.
Yeah. So this is going to be where it gets real crunchy, you know. So we're going to hear all kinds of crazy stuff and maybe experience those things or hear them in our world. It's do you want me to talk about those Sabian symbols? They were pretty interesting.
Yes, please do. That was very cool.
Okay, so each degree of each sign has, and there's 360 degrees, has a, go ahead, you can.
Yeah, I will. I promise you I will.
Yeah.
I need a couple of days break.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I promise you I will.
It's a lot. Well, there's these things called the Sabian symbols that um, I wish I could explain. This one lady, long time ago, she was kind of like in the what did they say? Elsie Wheeler was kind of mentally challenged or something like that, right? And this guy who was in the astrology had her talk about whatever, like say it's 17 degrees Aquarius. What does that mean? And she would just come up with these things. And these things have been going on since the 20s or 30s. There's 3 or 4 other ones too. But they're called Sabian symbols, and each degree in the zodiac has it. So it was 17 degrees is this full moon in Aquarius. You're supposed to go to the degree ahead. So I went to 18 degrees. To me, this was very interesting. 18 degrees Aquarius. A man's secret motives are being publicly unmasked. Um, what else? And so it was about unmasking, publicly unmasked, secrets revealed. That's where it is, underneath it. And then 18 degrees of Leo was a chemist conducts an experiment for his students. And I put her, his or her students. The thrill of discovery, alchemy. Okay, we're back to the eighth. The eight again is alchemy, right? Revelation of the mysteries, trying something new. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's going to
Oh
kind
yeah.
of,
It goes right along. It
yeah,
goes right along, especially with what was in the news today. Um,
I don't know what
I
it was.
remembered. I remembered. So on Wednesday, Kilauea erupted, right? And I was getting ready to go into town, and I get in my car and I shut the door, and I'm sitting there saying my travel prayer
Mhm.
of protection.
Oh,
And all of a sudden, my car started rocking. And it was like somebody shoved me, like the car went one way and I went in the other direction.
mhm.
Now, I'd already slammed the door. The engine was already warming up, blah, 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 blah. After a little bit, I found Stefan Burns had posted a video. That happened to me because Kilauea is like 6 hours ahead of I had it
Mhm.
behind me, right? So it was 4:30 in the morning when it had started to erupt. By 6:30 in the morning Hawaii time, it blew its top.
Mhm.
So what I had felt was that. And later in the afternoon on Tuesday, we had M class 3.8, and I
Mhm.
was walking the dogs, and all of a sudden, my legs did not want to come off the ground,
Mhm.
which I did not know till the next day. And because I was busy doing other stuff with the show and such, I didn't pay any attention. Well, it had gone off at about the same time that I was on the show. So when your body is senses these things and you go, what is that? Try to find out what is the Schumann resonance doing, and you can get an app for that, and it's free.
Mhm.
It is for the one that comes out of Tomsk, but there's one for the Schumann in Hungary. I mean Ukraine. I
Mhm.
think Hungary does have one, but Italy as well. And those three pretty much set the stage because they show the graphs in a different way.
Yeah. And that's important, right? Everything that is cosmically or from inner Mother Earth, everything has a frequency. We're again back to frequency. And that is helping us because as those frequencies come in, they're helping remove density. And as they help remove density, they bring in light codes and upgrades and downloads and all that kind of stuff. And we'll just get like you just get this vision or whatever. Diana gets her dreams. I mean, it's just all everybody on the dream show, but
Right? Dreams and visions. I'm not kidding you. Is this veil has
um,
continued to thin since Sawe last actually.
Mhm.
And the ley lines have continued to straighten out and get wider.
And Warrior Widow is saying, anyone else going through a yard with a Chiron return? Now, that is the Chiron return at this point. Okay, for those of us in our age, we have pretty much cleared. Not saying that there isn't more to clear, but
But
there's a message there for you,
yeah.
whatever the other two planets are, and who's being pointed at. That Chiron is really at later degrees of Aries, the I am, and it's helping us reclaim our identity. So think about that. It's none of this stuff, even though it might not feel good sometimes.
Right.
It's not it's not bad. It is for our highest good. And I don't know. I didn't make those rules.
Like my Chiron is in Sagittarius and Chiron is in Aries. So it's going to be well into my 100s. I mean, he has an undulating orbit. So there are years where he spends 7 years in one sign, like this year. And then it'll dwindle to 5, 4, 3, and then just depends on where he is in his orbital pattern. Is he on the short side or the long side? So there'll be short years in there, but I certainly,
he's in.
yeah, I'd probably be 150.
Well, we have a Chiron return at age 50. So this is why I'm saying it the way I said it.
125. Let me take that back.
And as we do that, as we go through that Chiron return at age 50, there's usually that's your midlife crisis, right?
Yeah.
That's the time where, I think I need a divorce, or I'm moving, or whatever. And then even after all those things, it still doesn't get better because you haven't connected to what it is inside of you.
And there you go. There's the divine feminine and the divine masculine within all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Every show, everyone brought something fabulous to the table that was a continuation of what was talked about the day before, and more tools to use. And don't forget to play, and don't forget to enjoy yourself, and don't forget to include others, and don't forget to take time for yourself, and don't forget there is cord cutting when it's time for you to really start all over again, and then there are no bad parts.
No.
Right?
I love that, Annie Barrett. God, I love that.
Wasn't it? And then yesterday with Danny was awesome too, and he did guided meditation at the end of the day, so that was.
I crashed out. I did bring a bell, but I brought crystals and a candle. If you wanted to ring a bell at the end or anything, it's the clicker one. Well, here, I can show it to you if you want to see. I don't want them to make a lot of noise. These kind.
Oh, nice. Go for it. I have a rattle.
Okay, cool. So I think this is a good way. Clear energy with bells and rattles and drumming. There we go. I think we do.
Here we go.
I don't want to make it too loud. Oh, look at that.
This was brought back to me by my students and the family, right? But I taught all of her kids, 4, 5 of them, and they went to Alaska on an Alaskan cruise. Those kids, and that is great. So they brought this back with them.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I love it. I've had it for at least 10 years, maybe a little bit more than that.
My mom's going on an Alaska cruise next week.
Ooh.
Yeah. So cool. I mean, it's just crazy how things come up, It's always a coincidence. But is it really something about Alaska, maybe? Oh, I don't know.
Well, not that I'm pushing the month, but on the 22nd of August, the sun goes into Virgo on a portal day.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. And we will have eclipse season starting next month on September 7th.
Yeah.
But on this new moon in Virgo on the 23rd of August is 0 degree. Then we're going to have a Pisces eclipse on the 7th. And then on fall equinox, right before it turns to Libra, we're going to have a 29-degree Virgo eclipse. So there's something about this Virgo open close, because that's a 0 and that's a 29. And those are the critical degrees. And
Well,
there's
and that Virgo
something.
brings us right to the North Node and South Node too.
Yeah. And same with the Pisces eclipse, well, they're always on the notes, but there's something about that Virgo. That Virgo is asking us to, yes, be discerning, let go of this being self-critical, let go of the unworthiness, let go of anything like that that's holding you back. Virgos are the earth angels. Oh, nice, Alice.
Yeah. I
Cool.
love it. Love it.
See, this is the truth. Have fun.
I'm learning.
We gotta go have fun. You're doing good. I think you're doing excellent, dude. I mean, I'm so happy for you.
Well, I curtsy to you, my friend.
Aw, you're my friend. I love you. And as we go through the rest of this year, it is about going in your heart, especially when things are tough out there and you're hearing too much negativity. Turn inside, because that's the only way we can change it, is by going in and releasing. That's not always easy, but this is our safe spot. Our heart is our safe spot. That's where our soul sits. It's where everything originates from. We have the energy that pours out of our heart. Put ourselves in a gold bubble or whatever color you want. Call in your dragons, whatever it takes. To the end of the year, I mean, we're going into next year's, going to get better, but
well, we've been given this reprieve.
Yeah.
We clear out our karmic debt.
Yes.
So, well,
Yeah.
my friends, how do you feel? I myself am a little tuckered out.
I feel good. These two, one is intuition and one's meditation.
Awesome.
This will get you through everything. Meditation connects you to your inner self. There's Leo. And intuition is Aquarius, right? Think about it. Listen to your intuition. It never lies.
I want you to tell the story about the ankh behind your head also.
Oh, my God.
Because those cards.
My gosh.
Awesome.
I don't know what I was doing last night, but I wanted my ankh and I couldn't find it. And I said, I know that ankh. I need to hold it. I need to sleep with it. I was getting like it. And I don't lose things. I know where everything is. And I woke up this morning about 5 hours later and I'm like, damn, where is that ankh? I can't believe it. I turn around and it's on the wall.
Right there. Right by her door, where every time she walks out the door, she should be looking at it.
I am not there. I'm sure we're all having these squirrel moments, but mine are just like my squirrels went crazy, I guess. I don't know. I have some Russian squirrels or something going on.
Well, before we leave, I just would like to do the healing prayer that I use for the records. Yes. They're always open to you. You are able to read your own Akashic records. Yes. But sometimes it's hard to be objective, right? Yes. So when you need help, I can do it. Diane G can do it. Linda De Gonzalez can do it. Lots of us can do it and be willing to help you out. Mm-hmm. So let's end as we had begun by taking 3 deep breaths. Please place us in a steady stream of divine white light, the white light of divine guidance and divine grace. Michael, wrap your blue bubble of protection around us that shrinks to fit. as we step into the healing teal green orb of Raphael that floats and shares and spreads and transfers. The divine white light, the white light of divine guidance, divine grace, and the blessings of recognizing the divine masculine and the divine feminine in each and every one of us. So mote it be.
And so it is. Wow, that was beautiful. I just feel that in my heart every time. Well, every time,
Right,
all the time. Feeling everything through my heart lately, but it is
right.
it is always. I love being here. I love everybody's energy. I love hanging out with everyone and us being together. And know that we're all available. Anybody needs any assistance at all, or
Yeah.
just like to talk,
Yep.
we're here. And uh, Diana and I won't be on my channel tomorrow for the full moon because we just did that
Right.
now. We will be back for the new moon in Virgo. That's 0 degrees. So it's like, what do you want to create? Think about that from now until then.
Oh, yeah, that's a biggie. That's a real biggie. Well, I love you, everybody. And we'll be seeing you very soon. Blessings on this 8-8 portal.
Love you. Love you, love you.